Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Sleepy Scions, our Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play, where we, focus more on the cozy and calm, reading every unvoice acted quest, soaking in the lore, savoring every story-filled moment, while we all get sleepy together. If you're playing along, relaxing after a long day or drifting off to sleep, you are in good company here. And as always, make sure you're taking care of yourselves. Make sure you're hydrating, get good rest, call your friends, whatever you need to be a better you. That's important. So with that, let's go ahead and log into our champion, Julia Gabagoo, and let's get started. So we left off in the middle of an investigation in an Ishgardian investigation. We're not in Ishgard, which is north of here, I believe. We were in Quarthus. And we have been meeting with Archifont and the other high houses, and there's been some accusations of heresy thrown around by some inquisitors. And we've been in the process of clearing one of the High House leaders' names because he clearly is a good person, loyal to Ishgard, and would never fall to heresy, despite having evidence planted and being accused of such. So let's continue on here. So. Along with that, looking at this, I forgot we are in the process of looking for Sid Garland's airship, which was lost 5 years ago, in the middle of the Battle of Cardinal. So that's why we're here, looking for the airship, and we've just kind of gotten drug into this conflict. So Lord Horshaphon would like to introduce you to his witness. The man with resurrected referee. La. Sorry. The man with knowledge of the Enterprise awaits you outside. I pray his information proves useful to you. I thought it said decompose for a second. You are interesting. How quickly the commoners' opinions change. They say Lord Francel is innocent now, but just a few days prior. Anyway, you were inquiring as to the whereabouts of an airship last seen in Quarthus several days before the calamity, yes? Well, it just so happens I was monitoring the night sky at the observatorium during that period. I recall that a small vessel came from the direction of Gridania and landed near the Stone Vigil in the far northwest. The garrison almost certainly seized the vessel and brought it within their walls. If so, then you would need an army of knights to have any hope of securing it. Though Lord Archifont is, from all indications, quite fond of you, so mayhap he can lend you a few? In any case, I have done my part. I shall pray for your success, friend. Well, that helps. So, over here, is that what he said? Southwest? Okay, so we went outside and talked to him. He couldn't have come in and warmed up. Oh, so you've at last located the Enterprise. I believe congratulations are in order. The Stone Vigil? Well, perhaps I spoke too soon. The outpost has been held by dragons for years, and all access is restricted by decree of House Durandare. I will write a letter to Lord Drillamont Drillamonth of White Rim Front and request that he grant you permission to enter. That said, I fear my influence alone will not suffice, so I suggest that you request Lord Francel do the same. Now that your business in Camp Dragonhead is concluded, I suspect we will not meet again for some time. I wish you well in your journeys, Julia. May Halone guide you. Baba Black Sheep. Should I kill it? Can I kill it? It's a 36. If it's just the sheep, why not? Oh yeah, we'll kill it quick. Probably a minute and a half. $137, $155, $210. Pretty good hits. I wonder if anyone will come to help. Well, this took a little bit longer than I thought, but still not horrible. Still not horrible. Not horrible. I like the sound that it makes. It does. It's not going bah. It's going.
Meep. 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 Meep.
Give me the experience. Nice. Real nice. Yeah, I think that works. Go away, crocodile. Is that a real crocodile? Wonderful to see you again, Julia. If there's anything I can do to repay you, name it. So the airship you see is likely inside Stone Vigil. James Mead is once an outpost held by House Harlan. In the chaos that followed the clan, Vanya and Horde caught us unaware. The fiends have held the outpost. The fiends have held the outpost ever since. feel like I need to bump this noise gate. The fiends have held the outpost ever since. As we lack the strength of arms to retake the Stone Vigil, House Durandare instead has been charged with the duty. Given that, I doubt my words will carry much weight with Lord Drillamont. Nevertheless, I will write your letter. Before you depart, a word of caution. The cravens who attempted to destroy House Hylanart have yet to be unmasked. Though their plans were foiled, they doubtless still harbor great hatred towards us, and towards you as well. Bring them on. Bring them on. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Throw snowballs at me? Who said that? Who said that? Yo mama? I love long runs in the snow. Don't you? We ready for the song? Wait for it to hit. Oh man. Final Fantasy music just is, it's built different. Does anything get you that hype? Is there anything else in the world that gets you that hype? Because I mean that their music department is just insane. So good. So good. Rundon dear. Sorry. You desire an audience with Lord Drillamon, do you? Huh. I desire a night in a warm bed with my wife, but wishing won't make it so. What do we have here? Letters from Lord Horsefont and Francel, is it? A likely... Oh, you're serious. Huh. What to do? What to do? Ye of little faith. Your timing could not have been worse, traveler. Lord Drillamont's attentions are focused solely on the Stone Vigil at present. In any case, it is not my responsibility to escort visitors. Take your letters and show them to Sir Alboys. Yes, Sir Alboys can surely accommodate you. Seek her in the storeroom on the opposite side of the yard. He sent me to the storeroom? What a joke. Sir Brunadier bade you speak with me, did he? I know not why he presumed I would be in a better position to help, but I assure you that he is mistaken. Lord Drillamont hasn't the time to spend speaking with low-ranking knights such as I. However, he has always a moment to spare for head Chirusian. Chirusian. I'm dumb. Hold on. Chirurgeon. As head chirurgeon. Astidian. Why not visit the infirmary upstairs and show your letters to him? Why am I being played for a fool in a long game of transfer your call to somebody who's not going to help me and then transfer me again? Sid, if the Enterprise is indeed inside Stone Vigil, then we must convince Lord Drillamont to cooperate. What Sid says. Are you here to visit a patient, madame? What is this? Letters of introduction from House Fortemps in Helendart. With documents such as these, you needn't seek an escort. Pray proceed to the barracks and speak with Sir Gouderneau. He should know Lord Drillamont's current whereabouts. I swear, if this guy, if Gouderneau passes me on again, heads are gonna roll. Ain't nobody helping me. What's the deal about that? I'm out here trying my best. What reason have you for barging into? Oh, I see. Well, you're in luck. Lord Drillamont is just up these stairs. Let her know, though, I wouldn't expect much. House Durandare is, as a whole, does not hold adventurers in high regard. You had best state your intentions quickly and succinctly. Show proper respect, and it shall be returned in kind. Hello, Lord Drillamont. Sir Gouderneau permitted your passage. Very well. Speak. Letter. I have letters. You wish to brave a ruined outpost filled with scaleskin to secure an airship that may or may not be there? Are you the avatar of the Fury yourself? Oh, thank God. Sid's here. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, Lord Drillamont. You know our name, and you know our deeds. We are come to Corthus to slay Garuda, Lady of the Vortex. To that end, we seek the Enterprise, the airship of Master Sidnon Garland, who stands before you now. Master Garland, you're alive? But that's impossible. Indeed it is, my lord. Oh, great. It's Guillerme. It's Guillerme. Guillaume. Do not be deceived by their honeyed words. These foreigners are not to be trusted. At this critical stage in Asgardian history, as House Durandare marshals its forces to retake Stone Vigil, who should appear in White Brimfront but 3 mysterious strangers? Sid Garland, missing and presumed dead since before the calamity, and 2 Scions of the Seventh Dawn, a defunct band of misfits recently exterminated by the Empire. The lesser houses may have been duped by these grandiose lies, but I should hope that House Durandare would have greater sense. I know not why these 3 seek the Stone Vigil, but I know that we cannot permit them to pass. Thank you for your counsel, Inquisitor. For a moment, I nearly believed this mummer's farce. You 3 will not enter the outpost until we have reclaimed it, and until you declare your true intentions as well. It could be moons before House Durandare purges the dragon from Stone Vigil. We can't afford to wait that long. Sid, Julia, we must do whatever it takes to earn Lord Drillamont's trust. Understood? I just don't understand, like, why there's a primal that could destroy how the world is today. And instead of, like, fully focusing it, it's just like, oh, I've got my own problems, bitch. I had time for you. Hostafort is eyeing you with interest. You the last responsible for that commotion upstairs? Aye. Word travels fast in White Riven Front. I gather you still wish to change Lord Drillmont's mind? If there's one thing I've learned from the man in my time here, it's that he listens to and respects the opinions of those under his command. Win over the barracks, and he's sure to take notice. How, you ask? That's easy. Serve the poor souls decent fare for a change. The last few supply shipments contain no meat whatsoever, and the knights are rightfully beginning to complain. I'm thinking we could prepare them steaks using mud puppy tail meat. 'Twouldn't be a quality meal, 'tis true, but it'd be a damn sight better than nothing. If you've a mind to lend a hand, why not await a lurking mud puppy in Danifin Pass and take this bottle of vinegar? Locals say it weakens mud puppies by clogging their mucus glands, drying their skin. Oh, okay, so we have to... We have to go find a mud puppy and then sprinkle this shit on it. Ooh, chocobo. Is this thing still here? Wait for it. Man. That piece just it ushers in a feeling of like excitement and what's the word I'm looking for? Man, I'm drawing a huge blank. Excitement and like necessity, or like the need to act. It's pretty cool. All right, there's the mud puppy. Here's the vinegar. And now that you're all clogged up, who gave the mud puppy cheese? Urgency. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm just sleepy. My mind is bleh. But yeah, that song ushers in a relatively large sense of urgency and like a desire to act. It's like that same score played when in the couple missions ago when we were fighting to clear the head of House Halenar's friend Cell. Trying to clear his name. It didn't work, did it? I thought it was an idiotic idea. Oh dear, remind me to never wander near Mud Puppy's spawning grounds without a bottle of vinegar. Any road, it should only take a moment. I'll just need you to do this, and voila! Never seen a man cook steaks that fast, have you? Take these 3 and distribute them to hungry knights here. Here and up above. Here's your steak. You there, lass. Don't think I didn't see you and the cook conspiring together. Let me make myself perfectly clear. If you wish to buy my trust with a steak, it would be my pleasure to oblige you. Well, guess what, sir? Here is your steak. Mwahaha, yes, I feel invigorated, refreshed, as if I have the strength of 10 men, and their wits besides. I shall have no trouble concocting a new reason to refrain from sentry duty. We ought to at least receive a hearty meal before we march off to die in this godforsaken waste. Well, if it's a good meal you need, I have a steak. Is that fresh cooked steak? Aloni's blessings upon you, my friend. Mud puppy meat or no, this is the most delicious food I've had in a fortnight. Fortnight. Ever must we train to maintain our skill at arms, yet never are we to receive proper sustenance. Here's your steak, ignoramus. You're a godsend, my friend. Too few appreciate that House Durandare must do more than its fair share for the sake of Ishgard. I gave your steaks out. It feels wonderful to see everyone in such high spirits. Amazing what good food can do for morale, huh? But I've forgotten about the hard-working Kyrusians at the infirmary. So rarely do they take their meals here in the hall. Mind taking the steak to Sonoda? She's doubtless so preoccupied with the health of her patients that she's neglected to attend to her own. Oh. Here's your steak. I missed something. Beg your pardon, madame, but I am busy attending to this man. I will be with you in a moment. And then I hand her the steak. Is that... Sniff, sniff. Sniff, sniff. Come to think of it, it's been quite a while since I last ate. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to have a nibble. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. This is... Oh my. This is fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll eat the rest right away. Nom, nom, nom. Sid would like to furnish the infirmary with a new alembic? Might have a word with you, Julia? It concerns the Chirurgians. After speaking with them earlier, I learned that they lack sufficient alembics for their needs, you see. So I used some of their broken equipment to craft a more advanced alembic, both as a gesture of goodwill and as a means to help me recover my memories, since working with my hands kindles familiar feelings. All I require to complete the device are the cores of 3 ice sprites. Though commonly used to reduce the temperatures of alchemical mixtures, there is a way to alter their properties so that they draw the cold within rather than radiate it without. It must sound ridiculous to you, impossible even, yet somehow I know it will work. I like how in Final Fantasies there's always a Cid. And like a lot of the primals were like summons, and like the monsters or like the powerful beings, like they reuse a lot of this, like a Ifrit, Titan, Bahamut, all of those. I find that to be endearing. So if you're part of the Final Fantasy universe, it's, callbacks to all of that. So. Alright, Ice Sprite. Would you like to get sprited? Sprite me, almighty spriter. Alright, I need my fairy and I need Vincenzo. It took longer than I wanted it to. Wait, is this thing up? No way. Yeah, let's go. Don't run away. Don't run away, dude. Oh my god, get this chinchilla out of here. Lucid dreaming, go. Where the fuck did you guys come from? We need help on this guy. I wonder if I can post him. What if I look? I wonder if that helps. This thing that sucks about this quest, not this quest, this fate, is that there's like other mobs that show up. Alright, lucid dreaming, go. Go, Vincenzo. We're doing so good right now. I think we're burning them down relatively quickly. Are we 50%? It looks like it. We're over 50%. Well, ripping pepperonis, Vincenzo. I wonder if there's an achievement for this. I don't necessarily think this guy's difficult, but like, he has so much health, so much more health than literally anything I've ever fought before. at 70? Oh, we're so fucking close. We're getting there. One more would make this go so fast. Cast. If I had a DPS class, this would have been a lot easier. But then again, if I had a DPS class, Dusty Meta would have died like 4 times by now, so. Heal him. Love it. Please stop killing Vincenzo. He's starting to get mad. He's starting to do that tornado thing a lot. That's all he's got. We gotta fucking rush, dude. How many potions? Spell speed. Go. Oh my god, go. 2 minutes. Ow. Can we not? My hero! We lost. Well, I just wasted 10 minutes. Alright, we got our ice course. You mean to tell me that this guy here, this level 61, couldn't have swung by and helped us with that fate? They get... Okay, well... Some players just aren't kind. Dog, if I see somebody doing a fate that's like a difficult fate, and they're like actually like into it, I will always stop and help them burn it down. Well, we got silver for it, so it would have been nice to have the whole thing. Have you obtained the cores? If so, please please show them to me. What an amazing device, but is it truly an alembic, sir? I've never seen it like it before. I too am unsure what to make of this machine. While certainly impressive, I have no idea how to make use of it. Nevertheless, if it is as effective as he claims, it will be a great boon to the infirmary. Think of the medicines we could create, the lives we could save. Even so, I wonder, where thee the kindly stranger, bearer of gifts wondrous and strange, for his generosity comes at a cost. Oh, it's Guillaume. Their earnest efforts are but a means to as a yet unknown end. Moreover, you should be wary of associating with individuals who have interfered with the questioning of a suspected heretic. He's not a heretic. I'm pretty sure this guy's the heretic. They did what? Bless you, Inquisitor, for coming along when you did. We almost succumbed to the temptation pre-offered by these unbelievers. What a shitfuck. Why does that man detest us so? Is it all because we interrupted Lord Francel's trial? Whatever his reasons, he clearly means to oppose us at every turn. You never question them in power. Never question them in power. Influencing Inquisitor. Sid is concerned about Inquisitor Guillerme. Before we can pursue Lord Drillamont to help us, it seems we must convince Inquisitor Guillerme that we are not his enemy. But just how might we go about doing that? We know little and less about the good Inquisitor. Despite him being such a prominent figure in Corthus, perhaps we should learn more by speaking with the people of White Rim Front. Share your findings with Alphino in the square. I'm sure he can formulate a strategy from there. Inquisitor Guillerme? Yes, of course I know of him. Alas, I have not seen him since the day he came to White Brim Front several moons ago. My memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall that a blizzard nearly buried us in snow that day, and I had the ill fortune of being assigned to the night's watch. While the stronghold slept, we walked the walls and patrolled the exterior in a darkness black as pitch. My route took me to the outside of the eastern gate at one point, where I caught sight of a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city. Thinking it was a wayward traveler, I cried out and gave chase, but slipped and took a terrible fall. When I woke, it was days later in this very bed, where I have lain recuperated from my injuries ever since. I had tried to rescue him, but in the end, Inquisitor Guillerme rescued me, carrying my unconscious body to the gates. I owe him my life, madame, and I hope to one day repay his kindness. I thought there was one that must be underneath. So he just showed up in the middle of a blizzard? Inquisitor Guillerme, I haven't the foggiest of whom you speak, unbeliever. Aye, we have learned of your deeds at Witch Drop. I will not be party to whatever dastardly schemes you've hatched against the Inquisitor. Away with you. So the Inquisitor's been running around, running his mouth. Under Inquisitor Guillerme's watchful gaze, an unprecedented numbers of heretics have been unmasked and brought to justice. They say he goes days without sleep, so great is his devotion. Blessed are we to have such a goodly righteous man to protect us. I'm getting the bad vibes about this guy. I'm getting the bad vibes. if it's too good to be true. The Holy See has decreed that the Inquisitors are the arbiters of Helonia's will. They are to be afforded every courtesy and the utmost respect. Oh, so they're like bishops to the Pope. And we know what the Catholic Church used to do. Still does. Still hides. Seems pretty... Maybe not that, but... Shiver. In case you have yet to notice, my attire is ill-suited to this climate. I realized it soon after our arrival, but I paid it no mind as I had hoped we might find the Enterprise far faster. Instead, we've wasted far too much time meddling in local affairs. Never mind. Our journey is almost at an end. All that remains is to deal with the irksome Inquisitor. Sid tells me you've been busy making inquiries, yes? It should come as no surprise that he is held in such high regard. Even so, I am beginning to suspect he has other reasons for hindering us now. Let us more closely review the testimonials you obtained, Julia. Mayhap they provide insight into Inquisitor Guillaume's motivations. Alphino appears to be deep in thought. Something troubles me about that wounded knight's account. He claims he fell chasing a figure in the darkness that he saw outside the eastern gate, yes, but the main road leads to the south western gate. Since we've arrived in White Brim Front, I've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from the north of the eastern gate, not south. But it cannot be so, because that way lies naught but a deep chasm. Assuming Sir Jolot is not misremembering, the Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. Mayhap retracing his steps will shed light on this mystery. Alright. So, hold on. Hold on 1 second. We're going to try something here. We are going to try... that's not what I wanted. So let me go ahead and remove this. And let's do... I wonder if I can do this. Okay, cool. So let's extend this. All right, so let's review the evidence. Okay. So this is the city. This is the city. The eastern gate. There's a gate here. An eastern gate. He claims he fell chasing a figure in the darkness that he saw outside the eastern gate. So like right here. And he says, but the main road leads to the southwestern gate. So there's a gate here. Main road. Since we've arrived in White Brim Front, we've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Okay. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from north. So he from the light of the city, right? So there's light came from north, right? Which would imply the Inquisitor came from the north, not from down here. But that can't be, because that way lies not but a deep chasm. Okay, so what we're seeing is there's probably a chasm here, and he can't see him there. Okay, cool. Now that that's square, let's look here. So we're in the city. This is the northwestern gate, southwestern gate. This is the main road, right? Goes. And then where's the eastern gate? Here's the eastern gate. So nobody comes from over here. And he said he saw the silhouette from the light, but from this direction. But yeah, there's literally nothing here. That doesn't make any sense. So nobody comes in this way. But if we head out over here, yeah, so he would have to be coming from this direction, right? There's a chasm. Oh shit. A dragon? Is it a dragon, you say? A dragon, you say? The air begins to crackle with ethereal energies. Plasmoids. We're gonna dot all three of them. And then we're gonna go slap whappy that. These fuckers are loud. Very loud. Very loud indeed. Yes, I do declare. Let me go to the snow mound. Who's in the snow mound? Well, isn't that interesting? Interesting. What did he have? The scroll contains what appears to be an official papal appointment to the position of inquisitor. So there's an individual with a piece of paper that says that they've been appointed to an inquisitor by somebody. And he's buried in a pile of snow in a big chasm. And now there's another inquisitor who's going around yelling, heretic, 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 getting all of these people killed. And I wonder what that individual's motivations are, if they're not the real inquisitor. Huh. Interesting, isn't it? You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me waiting suspense. Let's see it. Dude, check this out. Given the contents of this encyclical, I believe you had just made the acquaintance of the real Inquisitor Guillemot. Newly come to Quarthus and murdered on the day of his arrival, yes, it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity, for even if he were to behave oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of a papal appointment? Still, while this is incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an impostor, we have yet to discern his true identity, or why he has decided to oppose us. We must move quickly. We must proceed quickly, Julia, before he learns that this deception has been discovered. Yeah, this is crazy. Blood for blood. Alphino is determined to discover Inquisitor Guillemot's true identity. Since Lord Drillamon has already been turned against us, I fear that this encyclical alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But what might persuade a man so quick to disregard the endorsements of two high houses? The cook did say the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knights. If a certain knight were to provide testimony that supports our claim, yes, mayhap that is the only way left to us. Confront Sir Jolat with the evidence you've discovered and see if it helps him recall the truth of that night. As a man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such a horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the Enterprise. We have an imposter among us. He's downstairs. Son of a biscuit. Oh, you've returned. Is there something else you wanted me to ask? Yeah, look at this. The Inquisitor is an imposter. Don't be preposterous. That could not possibly be true. He is a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant of the Fury. You would have me believe that that is all a lie? If you are so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go and speak with Sir Prunella. Sir Prunella. I mean, is that Sir or Sir? She was at the Eastern Gate that night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here. But I will never speak against the man who saved my life. Are you sure he didn't save your life, finger quotes, so that, you know, he had an ace in the hole? You. I do not believe I know you, madame. Pray move along and trouble me no more. Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know not of it. Not at all. What? Do you doubt my words? Away with you. I will suffer your slander no more. I'm gonna / doubt you. You know better. You know? Don't you? Fury take me. I prayed this day would come. When Sir Jolat gave chase, I followed close behind. He didn't fall. One of those Dravanian abominations lashed out at him, nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy. But what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family, secrets I had never told another. He said if I kept his confidence, Sir Jolat and I would be spared. But if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died. When at last I agreed to his term, the man came forward. His robes marked him as an inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together we carried Sir Jolat to the infirmary, and on the first night of White Brim Front, Inquisitor Guillerme was heralded as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standing seized whilst in possession of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Drillamont, wanted to put an end to the madness, but then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats, and so I did nothing until Lord Francel was accused. Some time ago I followed the Inquisitor and found that he kept draconian rosaries in a chest hidden southeast of White Brim Front. So I took several from his chest and planted them in shipments bound for Skyfire Locks. As I hoped, they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against House Halenart, thus exonerating Lord Francel and casting doubt on the other recent trials. And that is the entire truth, I swear. Alone, forgive me for not acting sooner. You're still a pussy, honestly. You let all these innocent people die because you were afraid of, you know, your, like, some threats that probably would still be made true anyway. We don't negotiate with terrorists, dude. Like, never have. Ah, hail. I didn't read the quest text. I thought I had to go talk to Lord Drillamon. Alright, south. Another snow mound. Could this be the rosaries? A suspicious box. Draconian rosaries, the brands of unbelievers and the enemies of the Holy See. Now we have to go see Drillamont. This chocobo music kind of breaks the immersion of the gravity of the situation we're in right now. Why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you access to the Stone Vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. Well, what if I have this and this? There had better be a very good explanation for why you were carrying these rosaries, and where did you find this papal encyclical? Fury take me. The Inquisitor is a heretic? Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale, but this evidence in your testimony could have no other explanation. I have misjudged you and your friend Julia, and for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first, I must needs beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice. Those are shiny. The heretic among us. Lord Drillamont requires your assistance in bringing the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Guillaume to justice. That thrice-damned heretic has murdered countless innocents and made a mockery of our laws. Hells take him and his Dravanian allies. I am told he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he has branded heretic. If we hurry, there may still be some time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength, Julia. Together, let us put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all. We must stop him. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero to the end of the night. He's gotta be fast and he's gotta be strong and he's something and something. We need to stop him. We're gonna go get him and keep him from killing another innocent person because these high houses are so dumb. These high houses are so dumb. No checks and balances or anything. What do you say? Oh, God, gosh darn it. Let me kill these crocodiles. Okay. Good to have you with us, miss. When Lord Drillamont arrives, we are to confront the Inquisitor. If he refuses to go quietly, we will need to use force. Are you prepared for that eventuality? Hell yeah, buddy. I was born for this. You needn't tremble so, my child. The righteous shall enjoy everlasting peace in Halone's walls. Only the wicked. But why? Why must I die? By all that is holy, I swear to you that I have never questioned the teachings of Halone. Inquisitor! Release the maid and come with us. My Lord Drillamont, what is the meaning of this interruption? You are aware that I am at present conducting an interrogation, are you not? Silence, villain. I name thee heretic, murderer of Inquisitor Guillaume and countless innocents. You are a traitor to Ishgard, to your own kith and kin. Your sins are beyond measure, beyond redemption. Ah, grave allegations indeed. But you will find your logic is flawed. How can I betray that which I owe no allegiance? No, Lord Drillamon, my conscience is quite clear, I assure you. I wonder, can you stay the same? You, whose hands are black with the blood of those whose only sin was to question your nation's crazed crusade? You speak to me of Ishgardian innocence? Ha! All are complicit in these crimes, for all live their lives by the Archbishop's lies. But I know you will not hear me, deafened by dogma as you are. If you desire retribution, Lord Drillamon, then come. Let us see how Ishgardian steel fares against Dravanian fang and claw. Get him! Show the heretic no mercy. Ignorant swine, soon you will know the futility of your fate. Goodness. Worms. I've got worms. Come, my brothers, grant me strength to smite our enemies. Oh my gosh, he turned into a dragon.
I am the boar.
He interrupted me. A dragon stands before you, yet you still do not flee? Your magics have no power over me, heretic. Alright, let's kill this Wyvern. After we do a little bit of lucid dreaming. Get our MP up. No, no, it cannot be. And dead. My glamour's dispelled. Your plans lie in ruin, heretic. Choose your words wisely, for they will be your last. You may not recall the many Ishgardians I have sentenced, but the families of the dead will never forget. Blood has been repaid with blood, and for that I am content. My only regret is that you yet live. But your end is nigh, foreigner. The dragons within the Stone Vigil will rend you asunder. And when you are dead, a white brim front shall fall. Defiant to the last. Leave the body for the crows. His ilk deserves not better. Julia, I must apologize for involving you in the sordid business. You should have never been asked to intervene in Ishgardian affairs of state. Rest assured, I have not forgotten the matter which first brought you into our midst. It is past time that you were reunited with your airship, but this is not the place to discuss such matters. Pray visit me at White Brim Front and bring your associates. Well, I think the lesson to learn from this, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck and it kills people like a duck, it's probably a heretic duck. That dude didn't fool me for a second. And for them to fool so many people. The problem is, I think he did too many. He went too far. I mean, the odds of like all of these heretics actually being heretics would be very slim, right? Like the odds of like maybe 2 or 3 important people, cut the head and let the body die type people, would be more like more believable than just saying like, you're a heretic, you're all heretics except for me, and everybody who's not accused is like, yeah, kill them all. I mean, that's kind of a silly way to go about that, but where have you been, Julia? The false inquisitor has been slain, has he? Yes, well, his was a tale always like to end in bloodshed. Though you have overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask you not to revel in your victory just yet. We can celebrate once we have secured the Enterprise. Alphinaud was eager to enter the Stone Vigil. As I am sure you will agree, it is past time we enter the Stone Vigil. Pay Lord Drillamont a visit and remind him of his obligation to us. Sid and I will follow on. Lord Drillamont, let me in. We owe you all a great debt of gratitude. Had it not been for you, the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Guillerme would still be among us, free to prey upon the innocent. I see now that I was a fool to dismiss your claims out of hand, but you must understand, it seemed too much to hope that the Scions of Seventh Dawn still lived, to say nothing of Master Garland. Never have I been happier to have been proven wrong. Well, it is gratifying to know that someone has derived a measure of enjoyment from your error. Now, if you have no further objections, we would appreciate it if you would permit us to enter the Stone Vigil and retrieve our airship. Yes, of course, it is the very least I can do, given all you have done for us. But entering the outpost is the least of your concerns, I fear. You speak of the Dravanians that now hold the ruin? In part, yes. I should explain. Shortly after you first arrived, I had my men scour the old records. They confirmed that an abandoned airship had been seized by the soldiers garrisoned by the Stone Vigil in the days following the calamity. As far as we have been able to ascertain, it was still in their custody when the outpost was overrun by the dragons. Whether it was damaged or destroyed during the battle, I cannot say, nor can I give you any assurances that it has not been removed in the intervening years. For far too long, the ruin has served as a Dravanian foothold in Quarthus, from which they have struck out at us with depressing regularity. Though we would have pushed them back beyond the walls, we have as yet been unable to drive them out, and I cannot say the situation will change. Or how it will change. Forgive me, Lord Drillamont, but there is no guarantee that you will prevail. In any event, we have not the time to wait. We will secure our property without Ishgardian aid. I see. Well, that may well be for the best. I will infer some Nathalane of your impending visit. May Helone guide you, Scions. All right, speak with Nathalane. Hail, Julia. Lord Drillamont has apprised me of the situation. You may enter the Stone Vigil whensoever you will. Okay, cool. So we're here. We're going to call it here and come back for our next segment and go get our airship. So that was a very dramatic and convoluted story. Investigation, whatever you want to call it, here in Korthus that we had to unwind for the Ishgardians, and it's finally come to a conclusion. And now we can move on with our story and get the airship. So that was fun. Good to have that behind us, and we need to go take care of Garuda. The sooner the better. But we'll continue that next time. So thank you as always for swinging by and hanging out, and I hope you're all doing well, and I want to wish you all a good night. Sleep tight, and we'll see you next time.